16 hours ago, after I posted my last video, I mentioned that since we have not been able to break this blue line, that we had several tries that we could not still break above. It did a little bit of fake out, but it still broke down. I got into a short position and I told my members that I am expecting it could go down to $63,000, which is almost the bottom of this channel around this level, but depends on how sharp it's gonna drop. But after that, I posted publicly, you guys can see that I posted publicly that this is in 4-hour time frame, almost a same situation. I said that Bitcoin has failed to break above, and you guys see that I explained it has broken also under this orange line and is pulling back. And I said my next level to watch, if it cannot go back above this blue line, it's gonna probably go back to $67,000. It even went sharper down to $65,000 something. And also, and this is what I just posted, and I showed you that this is the same orange line. It went back up. We had two good resistance level that Bitcoin, after failing to go up, it broke both of them. It did two pullbacks. So this is where I closed my short position because it went up and it tricked me. I do not care about the gain that I missed. I could have closed my position with $200 in gains, but I closed it in here with only $15 in gain, which is okay. All right. So in trading, it happens. You guys need to understand when it comes to trading in different time frames, daily, hourly, minute, or weekly, we have different predictions. Different things can happen depending on the time, how long we have to wait, the resistance levels, support levels, all of that. You guys need to understand. You guys, a lot of you guys do not believe in TA, technical analysis, but this is clearly showing you how these lines are working, guys. A lot of times it breaks below certain level. It does not have to exactly work all the time, but you guys see that every time we have these two hits, we got a pump, and if we finally broke, we got a pullback, we dropped lower, but after we got support, which I'm going to show you in here in the chart, I'm going to explain more in here. Make sure to subscribe. If you guys do not subscribe, I don't know why you're on YouTube. Okay, I'm showing all of these that are happening to you, and I do not know why some of you guys are like naughty kids. Do you guys remind, some of you guys remind me of bad kids who their dad or older brother tells you about drugs and how dangerous it could be, and you guys go and still try it and get in trouble. Okay, I'm not telling you to not buy Bitcoin. I'm not telling you to not invest. All I'm saying, guys, if you have bought in here and you have made so much money, you guys should take profits, because if you are a holder forever, guys, whatever goes up, it must go down. Okay, that's the nature of any market, guys. We have seen it before. I keep showing you guys previous bulls, the cycles we had. A lot of people kept buying, kept holding, they lost their gains, kept holding, they lost their gains, bought in here, kept holding, they lost their gains. A lot of them got out. I had a friend who had 2 Bitcoin and he bought it at $6,000. 2 Bitcoin. It went all the way up to $20,000. And it went back down. It went to 3,200 something. It went back up. And when we had this crash back to around $6,000, he sold it even, and he missed out on all these gains. I understand it could be happening, guys. If you're a long-term holder like Bitcoin, you guys can hold it, but there is no guarantee how long you need to wait for it. A lot of you guys want to get rich quick. A lot of you guys need the money that you are gonna make from Bitcoin or any altcoins. You guys need to take profit, and you need to play with the money that you're not gonna care if you lose. This is the crypto nature, guys. I'm gonna also explain Ichimoku cloud that I told you guys there is an untouched cloud that we have not touched. You see that after we passed the green, we never went back down to retest it. So there's a huge chance of if we fail for another time, which I told you guys, we have this channel in here. I have had this line and I shared it with you guys. These two white line, number one, number two, all the way up. We had several touches in here. And let me get rid of this because actually let me show you, then I delete it. You guys see that Bitcoin broke below this line. It has opened this daily candle, for almost 4 hours and 30 minutes now. So there is a long time until we have a long time until this candle closes. So if you guys look at this yellow line, this is the huge support Bitcoin had. Every time we had this touch to this level, we had huge pumps. And Bitcoin is revisiting and touched it one more time. So there is still a chance. And I told you guys, I am waiting for $67,000 because as I said, base rally could be a huge support there on this base level, right? So you guys see that in an even 4-hour chart, we dropped and drop, base, drop. Another one. That's a 3-wave down. Okay, these are all technical analysis, guys. Whoever ignores the whole technical analysis, they're gonna pay a huge cost, because that's gonna cost them a lot, because they just tend to believe Bitcoin is all about news, all about everything. That is true, but TA is important too. I told you guys several times about USDT dominance. I told you many times before, when we had this crash, or let me just say pullback for Bitcoin. Bitcoin when crashed, I'm just gonna say crash. Don't mind my word, okay? So when we had this hit to $49,000 after ETF news, we went down to 38,500. This is the exact same movement opposite of it for USDT dominance, which I told you guys before. I said a lot of these shadows are going to be a huge support for USDT dominance, which when USDT dominance works like DXY, so when it goes up, Bitcoin is going to go down. So that's what happened exactly. But I told you guys the next level, if it does not hold around here, we're going to have this level, which I had a long time ago. If I find the video, I'm going to show you next time. But it's hard for me to find it. It was a long time ago. I had this line before, even when we were around here. I said if we fail to hold it, we're going to have this support level. So far, we have this line all the way. You guys see the same thing, same as almost the same idea, that this yellow level has been supporting Bitcoin for a while, and we have been getting support. This could be for USDT. And you guys see so far it is perfectly holding above these two levels, right? So as I said, I even mentioned that there could be another chance of going back down to 3.7270, even the lowest point of this base rally. And if we get support, guys, we're gonna have a huge crash. And the next point I'm gonna expect will be almost 5.30%. And the reason is because of having a lot of this line used to be support when we were above it, as you guys see in here. After passing below, it's going to become resistance. So 5.3%, 30% would be a huge resistance for USDT, which would be a huge support for Bitcoin. And if we kind of compare where it could be, if we go to 5.3% for USDT dominance, that would be top of this 49,000, where we had this huge pullback for Bitcoin from $49,000 down to 38.5, and that will be around this level. That will be around this level, right? So I'm gonna also show you USDC dominance, which is same as USDT, but I was mostly showing USDT dominance because of the most of the stable money. This is the biggest stable coin in crypto that has the huge money in it right now, almost over $100 billion. But as you guys see, this is the same idea, base rally, and the lowest point is holding USDC dominance very good on, and the lowest point it went was 1.13%, and now it is on 1.31%. It could still go back down and retouch it one more time, and that would be a huge support again for USDT and USDC dominance. Same as this, you guys see that the XYZ is rising, and that totally makes sense that how Bitcoin is doing the opposite and it's going down. As I said, try not to be biased. I'm not your enemy, guys. This is what I'm showing you. I'm not doing magic here, guys. I'm just trying to. The reason I keep telling you guys about crash, this you guys see my title as being Bitcoin crash, is not because I'm trying to get you guys out of market. It's because, as I said, a lot of times, a lot of people buying on the dip, same as in here, they hold it all the way up, and when they go back down and lose a lot of their gains, they even sell in loss and they give up. I don't want you to be that person. I told you guys there is a huge, you guys see in the macro perspective on the weekly, I mean, this is the daily one. If we go to even weekly, a lot of these YouTubers have been saying that, yeah, we closed these candles as red, but this one was a green candle. But you guys see that you even broke below. We has not closed it yet, so it's too early to judge it. But as I said, we have seen similar situation in here before. We had seen similar situations here before. We had higher highs, and we still drop very hard. But before it is too late, you guys can take profit, guys. Okay, I have been talking to my members very closely. I told them, although the coin that I have been telling them to buy, and they bought it, most of them they bought, they could make actually $2,000 to $3,000 easily within less than 2 months. So you guys think that we're not buying anything, but we do. We are buying every good coin that, but we're putting the money that we're willing to lose. We're not gonna cry. We're not gonna go all in yet because Bitcoin is still doing shady stuff. As long as I'm seeing USDT dominance and USDC dominance having this huge support, guys, I'm not getting all in. That's just my logic. I'm not being, as I said, some of you guys remind me that although your dad or your brother was telling you some people were toxic, you were still being friends with them. Or this is just an example. I don't mean to offend you, but I'm just telling you, you guys need to be cautious sometimes. Okay, so make sure to like and subscribe right now. Hit the like right now and hit the notification button so any of my videos come out, you guys do not miss out. So still, I am expecting Bitcoin to go eventually back down to $43,000 to retest the level that we missed to touch this red Ichimoku cloud. And I told you guys there are two more down there, very low, and you guys can ignore it as you want. But I told you guys there is still another one around $8,000, $9,000. Okay, and there's another one around $22,000 in daily chart. I'm repeating some of this because a lot of you guys just think that BlackRock, where is your BlackRock? Where is your micro strategy? They have been buying, but as you guys see that this hype is going to be over eventually. This ETF hype is going to be eventually over. This is the same cloud I'm talking about, around $43,000. And this highest level that we have, even if we want to consider RSI, you guys see that every time we had huge touches into these touches to the bottom of this level, after that we could still went lower, especially when we were downtrending, we're going lower. Although we were going lower, but RSI was rising. So even if we go down to this level, Bitcoin can go a lot lower, and if it still goes up, Bitcoin can still go lower. So you guys need to consider that too if you're looking at RSI as well. So after saying all of this, I'm going to give you a short technical analysis for Bitcoin in 4-hour chart time frame. I'm going to make these lines again. Okay. This is the channel I see that Bitcoin is ranging within. Okay, almost. And I told you guys I had this level and I was watching this level and I said that this level is gonna be a good support. It still broke lower, but it's closed the candle around the same area. I even put it right here. I said that this level I am watching, and I said that $60,000 is very likely, and you guys see that it happened, right? And now, even if we make this line, guys, right here, and this line is touching these two lines together, 1 and 2, okay? It's not going to be perfect, but you guys still see that how these lines are working. We had this drop, we got this temporary pump. A lot of people uh, trust these candlesticks too much, and they think like because we had this red and this green was bigger than this red, they all got into buys. Honestly, I was thinking that there might be going higher, so I was like, I don't want to get into a loss for my trade, so I closed it with only $15 in profit. But we saw that we still broke, we went lower, so there's huge chance of, if we, there's only if, because there are a lot of supporters still coming from these lines too. So you guys see that we were ranging within these, and we had this line too, right? This was a previous channel that I was mentioning you guys. Okay, we had these ups and downs. We finally broke out. We had this healthy pullback. This is the healthy pullback I've been talking about in every chart, and we have not had any of them around these areas. That's why these are not healthy rallies, guys. Around $52,000. I'm again warning you guys. I'm not telling, none of these are financial advice. Do not trade based on what I'm saying. This is just me showing you the charts, no matter how not you do not want to see. Some of you guys, not all of you. I have smart subscribers in here, okay? So now, if we get this support around this area, we could still get it. Depends how much we go sideways and we keep this getting this support. We can go sideways and retest this line from the bottom part. We can still go up to even $71,000, $71,000 and have another drop. But it is still more likely that if we do not hold and we go sideways, we drop another one down to almost $63,000, which we have this line and this line supporting it almost around this level. As I said, it depends on when and how hard it goes down. So it needs to see, we need to see where it's gonna meet these lines. Okay. Even I told you guys that in USDT dominance, I'm gonna go to daily so you guys can see it's closer. This is the USDT in daily time frame. You guys see that we had this support, we had this pullback from $73,000 down to $61,000. I'm just saying because this is the same, this is the opposite of it. So 73 down to $61,000 is the same as in here. And we had this support for Bitcoin, which was the resistance for USDT. We went back down. As I said we could still go a little bit lower to make another all-time high, which would be almost $75,000, and that would be end of it, and we could still get support and start going back up to meet this level. And you guys, in daily time frame, if we check it on Bitcoin, that will be around this area when we had this sideways and we broke out. That will be around $52,000, $53,000. So this is my first TP. It could still go back down, have a little bit of pump for Bitcoin, and go for the next TP for me, which would be almost around 5.30, I think, as I mentioned, in the weekly time frame. I have noticed, and I have been looking at my analytics for each of my video every time Bitcoin has a pump, but I have mentioned Bitcoin crash on the title, but I still explain that there is possibilities for Bitcoin to go higher in prices, but some of you guys see is just the title, and if it does not match the movement of Bitcoin in that moment, you do not even subscribe. But once everything is crashing, I can promise you I'm going to get a lot of subscribers for this video, because people only look at what is happening and they're gonna only trust the movement. But I have been talking mostly about macro perspective, and even said if you guys are gaining, make sure to take profits, as I have been telling you for thousands of times in here. Anyways, this is another video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe and comment down below. I will see you in the next video. Peace.